But I know this, I can't stop living. I can't stop my will to live. I can't stop my life force. And the fact that my instincts and my spirit and everything I am is driving me forward to explore, to trailblaze, to continue to live. Just living is a victory. For our ancestors, thousands of years ago, just surviving was victory. Just having children, and enough of the children surviving to have children, that was winning, and that's still winning. And the globalists boil everything down to that. They understand that's winning. That's why they've got a plan through banking fraud to bankrupt almost everyone so that you're now under their control, and so your government's under their control, so they can then kill you. Because when you don't exist anymore, and your children don't exist anymore, they have full spectrum dominance. And they debate whether they're going to keep less than 1 million people or whether they should have 500 million. And they put out white papers and have debates that we've covered and linked to. They have hundreds and hundreds of public debates, and they laugh at you in the debates and know you're not even interested. And they say because you're not interested, you deserve to die. I mean, I don't like a bunch of control freaks messing with my water and my food and talking about how I don't deserve to live and how they plan to kill me and how they're slowly killing all of us to where we die of degenerative diseases. Most of us are now sterile or almost sterile. And I sit around recognizing it, and I'm here on the radio, and I'm talking about it, and we have radio breaks, and I have guests on, and I've got to kind of be part of the system at a certain level, you know, part of the structure to be able to promote and to be able to have advertisers. I mean, you know, this system is so corrupt and so diabolical, it's almost like even responding to it in a conventional way adds power to it. I mean, you see what I'm talking about? More and more, I think I should just do one video a day and cover the important issues for 10 minutes, and then that's it. That's all there is. But no, to attack this system, I had to attack it through its structure, through its infrastructure, through the way it was set up. And I guess that's what a fish does. It follows the stream, it follows the river, it follows out to the lakes and then to the big sea. But, you know, I'm totally for real. And I believe the things I'm saying, and I know what I'm saying is real. And to be quite honest with you, I take off 2 days, which is a long time for me, 2 days straight. And I'm blasted right now. I don't get all excited and happy when I see an article in the London Telegraph where they admit the government kidnaps children for no reason to fill quotas and that they're picking them by hair color and eye color. You know, 15 years ago, I'd get excited about an article like that, like, oh, I get to expose the evil. You know, this will show people how evil the system is. And then I realized, wait a minute, no, this is just part of acclimation. Okay, the government kidnaps kids for no reason. Okay, they ship narcotics in. Okay, they're poisoning the water. Okay, they're growing the opium. All right, Barney in Texas. You're on the air, Barney.
Thanks for taking my call, Alex. I've been listening to you since November. A friend of mine sent me a text on Obama deception, and ever since then I've been watching all your videos and finding out what's been going on in the world. I wanted to give you 2 quick solutions and then a really good news report. One thing, I'm a Prison Planet subscriber.
Thank you, sir. I couldn't do it without you.
Yeah, I just think I wanted to encourage all the other listeners, kind of like if all the Christians tithe, then we'd be able to change the world. But, you know, all we have to do is stop buying Starbucks and McDonald's and movies, and everyone can, I think all your listeners could afford $5 or $6 a month to support you. I would like, if Michael Moore is allowed to get his films in the theaters, I think we should be able to support you so you could do that. But anyway,
well, I do think the biggest solution, to interrupt you, just to add to what you're saying, is promoting the alternative media into the mainstream media. We need to supplant the corporate lying globalist propaganda arms, and they know that. They know we are starting to endanger them, and that's why they're now trying to openly shut down the internet and why they're demonizing their competition. That's actually good news. The establishment would just be ignoring us and others if we weren't having an effect, Barney. So that's a really good point. People always ask me, well, what are solutions? Well, states' rights, 10th Amendment, getting healthy, getting informed, calling for criminal charges against the bankers. But the biggest thing is, if nobody points out that BP is clearly involved in a false flag here, if nobody points out that Obama is blocking the aid effort here, then no one will know that. So it really is the perception issue. We've got to counter the establishment's lies with the truth. Go ahead.
Yeah, there's so many of us that, believe what you're saying, and we see, been woken up. But the simplest thing we can do is just support somebody who's out there on the front lines doing it, because in our daily lives we get so busy. So we, at the end of our 60 or 70 years on this earth, there's only so much we can do. But if we support somebody in a very practical way, then we can get the message out. Because it's really hard to talk to, I work in Hispanic media. It's hard to talk to educated or middle-class people. I live in the suburbs of Dallas, and it's like you can't really get a conversation going because there's so much information. They think they kind of treat you like you're crazy or whatever, like you're a conspiracy theorist. But whenever I've seen my friends actually watch your videos, then they get it. So anyway.
Well, no, that's why people, Barney, I mean, this is probably the, no exaggeration, the third, fourth, 5,000 times, because it happens hundreds of times a year, where people on air as callers and in emails and on the street say, I couldn't wake my father or my mother or my son or my daughter up or my boss or my employee or my pastor. I couldn't wake my rabbi up, whatever the case is. I couldn't wake my imam up until I gave them Endgame, Blueprint for Global Enslavement, Terror Storm. And the films really are the most important work I do, because the radio show is informative, the news websites are informative, but the films, I'm really able to give people a full spectrum breakdown, and with that nugget of information, they're able to really then wake themselves and others up. And that's why PrisonPlanet.tv is so important, because people can then download the shows, the radio interviews, the video interviews, all the films, and burn them to disk and give them to people on any subject they want to inform them with. And so that is a very exciting point that you just made, Barney, because the films are the way to go.
And I wanted to give you a good report. My brother, Tim Donnelly, he lives in California in the 59th District. That's San Bernardino County and half of Los Angeles County. He, just 3 months ago, he's a patriot. He was actually in '05 one of the founding members and president of the Minutemen movement. And he won the Republican primary, with only $24,000.